back to the channel, back over the shop. What I'm going to be doing today is blocking out the roof. So last night I coated this in high build primer. What I'm going to do is hit it with some guide coat and then hit it with 80 grit on that long sanding block. So I think that thing's like 2 or 3 feet long, but that should tell me what I need to know, if there's any low spots, any high spots, if something needs to be adjusted, but it'll get really down to where we need it to be. And then I could hit with another coat of high build primer and then block it in 320, seal it, and then clear it or paint it. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to put any base or anything on it. I might just go from primer to clear, and we'll just get this thing ready for the mold. But before I clear it, I need to roll this edge. So let's get this thing blocked out first, see where we're at, see if we need to add any filler, take any filler down, and just kind of go from there. Decided to come down to the junkyard. The reason being is because even though we've been body working the roof crown on the Charger at the body shop, there's just a few weird spots that I really don't like. And I believe it's just because the sunroof is deleted. So, or that delete plate, and then we have a lot of body filler, and as you sand it, it changes. I mean, I could have Josh work on it for another couple days, but I'd rather just use this, cut this front piece off to about right here across. I'll pull the headliner down because I most likely need this headliner piece, and I don't want to cut any of the wiring either, and I'll probably save the sun visors as well. But this will just resolve so many issues, and you know, I can't get over it not feeling right. So we'll use this, and I just need to cut it out. So I'm just gonna finish breaking the window across, get to the spot welds behind it, and then just go from there. Just come up and cut the seams like I did before. It should go pretty quick, but yeah, it's kind of a step backwards, but it'll make a better roof, a more even roof that I'm not gonna have to worry about later on. So, and I'm not gonna have to worry about being not the same on both sides, which has been bothering me. So let's get this thing off of here, then head back over to the shop, pull the other roof off, cut it in half, weld this one on there, do a little bit more body work. Just finished pulling the roof off of the Charger, and it took me quite a few hours. Luckily enough, there was a plug close enough that I could use the glass blaster or the inductor to get the front piece of the windshield off. So I didn't pull the whole windshield since it was already busted. I just kind of pushed it down, and then I could get to all these spot welds. Then I'm getting really good at pulling these roof skins off now, and I just cut that really nice. And now we have a roof skin that doesn't have a sunroof. I don't have to, you know, I'll know all of this is the same shape. And then I got all this cut. I cut this before I try to pull up the roof. Since I've pulled a few of these roofs now, I know where all the glue is at. So it was really nice to just run a wire across this, get it cut off, and not have to worry about this being warped or anything from pulling up on it. I made sure it was 100% released before I took it off. So we are ready to take this over to the shop and finally get the roof finished. I know I've been taking a long time to do this, but at the end of the day, I want this thing to look 100% even. I mean, I want this thing, I don't want one side of the roof to be higher or not. It was really hard to see it. I mean, once it's round, it's really hard to tell if one side is different or not. But when I ran my hand across it, I could feel the spots, and I kept blocking and blocking and blocking, and I just never got to the point where I was like, okay, this is good. So the back half of the roof is ready to go, but now that we have this front half, I'll just have to weld it to that spot, then put a little bit of filler in between that edge where I weld it, and then we should be good to go. So I did cut this one quite a bit further back than the original one, so we should be good. So I shouldn't have to worry about doing that much filler or anything like that. So I actually thought this was worth saying. I can't believe there's this much room in the back of my truck that I could put the roof skin on the floor. That's crazy. Trevor helped me pull the old roof off the Charger, and what I'm doing is getting the flanges made. So the passenger side flange is curing right now. I have mold release on the tape, but I think this was a lot better option. So me and Josh body worked this roof quite a bit. The whole back section is gonna be fine, but where the sunroof was, I just didn't like how it was turning out. Things just kept coming back, and to make the mold, it has to be perfect. So, or it has to be as close to perfect as possible, because whatever's in the mold is going to show up on the finished part. I've said this before, but I think a lot of people are going to be mad that I'm pretty much restarting almost from scratch, but really I'm ahead of the game because there is no sunroof hole here, and it's nice and smooth, and it has that shape already. So the back Magnum section that's already body worked, I'm not going to have to do much to it. So one thing I really like, since this one didn't have the sunroof roof skin had all this bracing up here, and I couldn't do much about getting it to line up with the transition. So since this is just pretty much a skin, it was really nice. I just cut that edge off, and you can see the Duraglass in there making that flange. And I just have the magnet holding it at the exact same height as it is. So it has that nice bubble that goes across. I'm not gonna have to worry about body working that in. All I'm gonna have to worry about is body working this edge in. So it's not gonna be a bunch of work, I think, to get it back to where it was. I should be able to get it very close tonight. What I'm gonna do after I get both these flanges, I'll pull the roof skin off. Then I'm going to cut that roof skin back in half exactly where, I'm not going to cut it 100% in half because there's straps under here that I put, and I don't want to cut through those because I need them to support this roof. But I'm going to pretty much just get it cut where it needs to be. So it needs to be pretty much right here. I have this one overlapping that brace right there because I want the front piece. The back piece has enough form in it now. It shouldn't flex because there's enough Duraglass in it and stuff. So all I should have to do is pretty much cut them, overlap them, and then cut them again. And I should have a nice even roof skin and not have to worry about all these weird finicky things that were just continuing to pop up. So I should be able to get this pretty close. We'll keep working on it, or I'll keep working on it for the rest of the night. And by tomorrow, hopefully I should be able to get this back into high build primer, which at that point I should just be able to block it out in 120 and then just go straight to clear. So I think we'll be a little bit behind schedule, but we'll, I'll catch up with not having to keep body working this roof skin over here and chasing this stuff around, which is just getting very aggravating. So this was so much easier. I have the whole front ready to go. I have both flanges all the way done, and I really like how this is coming out better than what we were doing before. So I've already rolled this edge. I need to add a little bit of filler in here and then refix that edge, but you can see that it's nice and round, just like the factory one. Back here, I'm probably gonna go to like a U-pull yard or something tomorrow, grab another back half of a Magnum roof, because so the issue that I'm just trying to get around, I'm just trying to resolve this issue without having to use this roof. I'm just over this roof, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So this, you can see how much filler is on this. And I think we just kept adding filler and it kept kind of sagging is what was going on. But what I'm gonna do is just grab another Magnum roof. And then since this roof is a non-sunroof roof, I think they line up better. I think the sunroof roof did some weird stuff and it wouldn't line up. So now all I have to do is get another Magnum roof, cut it in the same spot. I'm gonna cut this one straight, and then I'll cut it so this roof actually sits on one side of this support under here. You can see there's two. And then the Magnum roof sits on the other side, and then I'll just put a strip in there. Instead of welding it, I'll just panel bond it together, and then I'll just skim that with a little bit of icing. And I don't think we're gonna have to go so crazy like we did on this with all the filler and stuff. I think really what got me in trouble, not really trouble, but what really made this thing have issues and get us to the point where I don't even want to use it is because there's so much filler on it. And I feel like the shape is just kind of, it's there, but from here forward, that's all just filler. So I think the best plan of attack is to go to the U-pull yard tomorrow, grab another roof. It shouldn't take me very long to get the spot welds out, cut it off, and all that stuff. So I think pretty much that's going to be it for the roof for today in this video. I thought I was going to be clearing it and having it ready to make a mold and all that stuff, but I think this is, you know, just going backwards sometimes is better than just progressing forwards and it not being what you want it to be. So we'll have this thing done in the next couple days. I should have, you know, like I said, I was shooting to have the mold made, but I should have the roof made by the end of the week now. It's just kind of one of those things where it just sets you back a little bit, and you just have to kind of work around it. So I'd rather have a really nice roof than have something that's not to my liking. So I'm at a standstill with the roof. I can't pull another roof until Monday. Today is Sunday, so Monday we'll get another Magnum roof, or the back section of the Magnum roof. But I reached out to Black Ops Auto Works. I'll throw the link in the description. They sell these really awesome carbon fiber Trackhawk wings, which I reached out to him. He actually sent me this wing to modify to make it fit a Magnum. So I'm gonna send this wing back and they're gonna start producing these wings. So they will be available probably in the next 6 months or so. So I should be able to get this thing done in the next couple of weeks, send it back, and we'll have these really awesome Magnum wings. Since I'm using a Magnum rear hatch for the Charger, it'll just bolt directly on, you know, bolt directly onto any Magnum. So what they sent me was a pretty much unfinished Trackhawk wing, but even though it's unfinished, it looks really good. So what this thing, it just has like this nice little ducktail to it, or this little flare up. The Trackhawk wings just pretty much go straight off. What I'm gonna end up doing with this wing is I'm gonna use the original Magnum wing. I'll mold it into this wing, but I want this piece right here to just be the same height as that, and then this to just kind of come up like it does on the Trackhawk. Also on the sides, the Trackhawk is quite a bit wider, as you can see. So I'm gonna do the same exact thing as a Trackhawk. I'm gonna have it overlap this pillar a little bit, but then it's gonna be smooth like this to kind of flow with the outside of the pillar right here. So I think it's gonna look really good. Another thing is I wasn't really feeling the Trackhawk third brake light in the beginning, but now that I've seen the wing and I have it, it's kind of really hard to picture it in, you know, on the internet and pictures and stuff like that. But actually having it in my hand, being able to, you know, feel it, look at it, I think I'm gonna leave the Trackhawk third brake light, and I think it's gonna be really, really nice. The one issue that might run into is the rear windshield wipers. So if I leave that third brake light, I'm not exactly sure how far the windshield wiper goes. I might have to check it on another Magnum that I have to see if it, you know, if it would hit it or what it's gonna do. So I may mock it up and then throw it on my other Magnum with a windshield wiper and see, because I'm not running a windshield wiper in the rear, but I know a lot of people have this weird thing about them. They really like them. I want to work with the rear windshield wiper as well. But another thing I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna actually make it into the wing, but I'm gonna put it in my wing once I get the carbon fiber one. And he's gonna match my carbon fiber roof. So whatever carbon fiber fabric, the blue Kevlar carbon fiber, he's gonna use it for the same fabric for the wing, so it all matches. It matches the roof, matches the hatch, matches the wing. So another thing is this little thing right here. We'll get back to the wing because this is important. So this little shark fin, I never really liked when I had it on the other Magnum that it sat so far kind of in the center. It just looks odd to me. Even if I stuck it back here, if I stuck it like in the center of that. So we stick it in the center of that. To me, that really still looks odd. So what I'm gonna end up doing, and it comes back to the wing, which I don't know, I may talk to him and see if, because most people aren't gonna delete the rear antennas, and I'm gonna put this into the wing. So really what's in here is a like 2 microchips, and the board is like that thin and like that big. So there's plenty of room inside the wing. This whole top piece is plastic. It's literally just like a thin piece in the bottom. So it's not gonna interfere with it. It's not gonna mess with the, you know, the U-connect or the sat nav or anything like that. but you just won't see it. The roof is gonna be completely smooth, and I'm not gonna have this weird funky antenna like way in the front in the center, which to me really doesn't do anything. So it does, you know, these technically do, it's like a vortex generator or simulator or whatever you want to call it. But, you know, I have the wing there. If I split the vortexes, it would technically probably hit both ends of the wing, but at the same time, it'd just be kind of in a weird spot, and I don't like how it flows with the roof. And I'd rather have the roof and the hatch completely smooth going to that, you know, that nice Trackhawk wing, which I really think that's gonna be, it's really gonna set the car off. So if you come and take a look at it from the back, I mean, it just really goes with that duckbill. So a lot of people were like, I really don't like that duckbill, but now that there's a wing on there and it's not just barren, it just really flows with it. If I put the back windshield in there, I think, or back window in there, it really flows. So once we get all this stuff situated and flowing with the car and all the stuff up here and down there, I think it's gonna look really, really good. I can't wait to see it in the blue Kevlar / carbon fiber, and I can't wait to see the roof and the hatch and that either. But yeah, let's get, you know, this is pretty much gonna be the end of the video. I wish I could have got the roof a little bit further. I was hoping to have that thing cleared and blocked out and everything and ready to make the mold. But I would rather spend a little bit extra time, redo something to have it a lot nicer in the end result, instead of having, you know, there's weird shape. When I run my hand across it, it just really has this weird feeling to it. And I know once I clear it, it's just gonna show. And I'm just going to be mad about it because I'm going to see it and I'm just going to regret not fixing it when I could have. So that's why I'm fixing it. So I'm going to end the video here. If you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, thumbs up, throw a comment below. If you want a Trackhawk wing, check out Black Ops Auto Works. Link is in the description. They're really awesome wings. As always, see you guys next time.